Hey there, besties. Welcome to Girly Pop Probs with K and L. We are your hosts, Kelly
and Laurel.
and we are so happy you're here.
Hello. Happy Monday. We are back catching up with K and L once again.
Yes.
We are closing out the month of February.
That's crazy.
Insane.
I feel like
How
I
is it
blinked.
March, basically?
Really.
That's the one thing I do love about February is like January, this year especially. I feel like the longest month ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then
You get like a short month of February right after it.
exactly. And then March kind of goes by fast because like spring starts to pop up a little bit, and then it's April, and then it's basically summer.
Yes. Yeah. I can't believe we're already in March though.
I know. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And March is like a fun month too. I feel like there's so much going on in March. Like y'all's anniversary.
Literally.
My mom's birthday, my sister's birthday, my grandma's birthday.
Yeah.
Like
I was telling my boss, I was like, I'm sorry I had to take so much time off. March is just like a popular month for me. Like it's just busy,
It
you
is.
know? And it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
March is fun. And I think, like you said, spring starts like really springing and it gets everybody ready for summer. And then like, everybody after having like the winter scaries is kind of like ready to go and
starting to become human again.
Yes.
And you have something really exciting on the book for March.
Yeah. Well, at the end of March, basically April.
Yeah.
But my mom and I are going to Disney for a girls' trip. So that's really
So fun.
exciting.
So special.
Yeah, and special. Yeah, like I just my mom and I are both like Disney freaks, like our Disney adults, and so it'll be fun just to go the two of us and yeah, spend some like time together because like we haven't done that in years.
Yeah.
So it'll be good. Yeah,
So exciting. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
But y'all are gonna have so much fun. Like that's seriously so special. An update for me is I'm taking my kids out of their preschool. Y'all know, like I've talked about Jax before, but like I love him so much. But we struggle with behavioral issues, and we are working on like trying to like figure out like what's going on, what's the root cause. There's a lot of obviously things going on that like not everyone sees. It's more us at home and school. And he's been getting sent home from school multiple times a week.
Yeah, I was gonna say multiple times.
Several times. And it's become exhausting. As y'all know, I just got back to work. And so it's like I can't keep leaving a new job to go get him from school several days a week. And it's a lot, but I feel really good in my decision because
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Because I've been kind of on the fence for a while with this school, like wanting to kind of pull them out. And just like other things that have happened that like it's okay. Here's the thing. They're just not capable of taking care of like a child with like major ADHD. And that's fine. We know that now. There are schools that can and that are capable of that. But like one thing that we have to figure out is like what triggers him and how to come down from the moments that once he's triggered, like he can't come down from it. And they're just not equipped for that. And that's fine.
That's okay.
That's fine. But I have to do what's best for like my family and my son because at the end of the day, like I'm his advocate. So we're working on, all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be a long couple months, truly, because I am working and he can come to work with me. We have like childcare there. So like I do feel like okay that like I can check on him if I need to. I can be there if I need to. But I'm going to be like basically a full-time stay-at-home mom again and working. Because they're both going to be at my work and then I'm never going to have like time without them. Like I don't know when I'll do doctor's appointments or any of that kind of stuff, like I normally do that when they're at school for the couple hours I have between work and school. So anyways, all that to say, I just wanted to give you guys that update because in about a week and a half from now, my life is going to get even more chaotic.
which is crazy to think and hard to believe.
Yeah. So we're gonna like be recording either like at night times, you know, a good amount of time. So like bear with us, or like on a weekend day if Kelly's off. But that's also like hard sometimes with kids and everything. So bear with us. We're gonna make it work. We're not giving up on you guys. Like
No.
even like my husband was like, what if y'all took like a few weeks of a break, just like get things? And I'm like, no, because you know what? We've been consistent for over a year now. We have not missed one single episode. We're not doing it now. We will make it work because at the end of the day, like this is a business to us. Like this is something that we treasure and
we get to spend time together and hang out.
Exactly. And talk to you guys and like, so
brings us joy for sure.
Exactly. So we will be making it work, but bear with us.
So what do you want to see in March?
You know,
out of March. I know you're going into a crazy season.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything you want to see out of March?
I want to see like one like improvement with like Jax and stuff. Like I want to be able to get into places for behavioral therapy, like evaluation, that kind of stuff, because that is something huge going on in my life right now. Like I am exhausted and it's an isolating place to be, truthfully. But I also want to see myself like, what's the word? Like, I guess bring a little bit more happiness in my life. Like you said, maybe like the winter scaries going away and all that kind of stuff. Like I just want to feel some joy. And I know that this season that I'm walking into is going to be really hard. Really hard. And I don't want to fall back into a depression from that. You know, like I want to experience joy still. And on those Fridays that I have off, like instead of just sitting at home and being like, we're not going to go anywhere, like going to the beach or going and taking them and doing things with them that will bring all of us joy. Because like he does love being outside, you know, and it's like doing stuff that I can't do right now when they're in school. So trying to like find the good things still. Yeah. You know, the positive in that. But what about you?
I would say the same thing. I just am ready for the sun to be shining and yeah, I don't know. March is just always busy for me because like Laurel said, we celebrate our anniversary at the beginning of March. And then like, I feel like March is always crazy, like with birthday parties and other things. Like, and then of course, you know, like I said, I'm going to Disney at the end of the month. So I really just want to be at peace. I want to get a grip on my work-life balance. I'm struggling with that currently, but that's really what I want right now. Like I just want to see in March, I want to see a balance in my life. And
yeah, you work a lot,
basically 7 days a week most times.
Yeah.
And I just want to be able to pick up a book, read, hang out, watch some good TV, you know. You know what we haven't talked about yet? Sorry, on a random, I just said good TV. We haven't talked about Kelsey Ballerini really being on The Voice.
Oh, so good.
So good. So I freaking am obsessed with her.
So also happy Voice Monday. Yeah. Happy Batch Monday and Voice Monday, which I'm loving.
Yeah, I'm loving the duo.
I love her. I hope she stays as a coach.
I think she will.
She's amazing at it.
Yeah.
Even the other coaches are like, dang.
I know.
I'm so proud of her.
Like Reba left some good shoes for her to fill.
Yes.
And I also love Michael Bublé.
I know, he's so funny.
Is he gay?
No, he has a wife.
He's a wife, right? Tyler and I went into this debate the other day. It doesn't matter if he is or not. We're like intrigued by his preferences in life,
his personality,
and his personality.
No, he's not, but I freaking love him.
I do too. I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah.
And
like Adam's growing on me. I've had like
he's
seasons
like Simon Cowell to
me.
Like
I've had seasons where I don't love him.
Yeah.
And then this season he's like kind of growing on me.
Yeah.
And I like John.
I love John.
Yeah.
I always have. I think he is very musically inclined.
He is. He always gets some really good artists.
I don't know if I'm sure you do this too. But when I'm watching, I'm like, who are they going to pick? You know, like out of the judges that turned for them, I always am like pretty much always on the money of like who they're gonna go with.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just like as soon as I hear somebody that I can't even like describe their voice, but I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a John, and then like John will turn around, and then like the other judges, whoever turns around, but I know like
They're going for John.
They're gonna go with John
or Kelsey. Like when they blocked Kelsey from that country.
Oh my gosh,
but he was so good. And
he was so good.
That was Michael that got him, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And like I don't know. Yeah, it's sweet to watch. I love seeing like the younger people too, like the 21-year-olds, like have such phenomenal voices and sound like they've went through a lot, but they're just so young that it's like it's insane. I don't know. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
And American Idol should be starting this week.
Yeah, this week.
Right?
I think so.
I mean, it's normally around.
I was telling Laurel the other day, I was like, we are about to watch the most TV. I'm about to watch the most TV I've ever watched. Laurel's normally pretty good about keeping up on her shows, but we've got Bachelor, The Voice, Love is Blind,
dude,
and American Idol's about to start.
Okay, March 9th.
March 9th, yeah. I was about to say that.
And I just saw Backstreet Boy members' son auditions for American Idol.
Oh, gosh.
Shut up. I love Backstreet.
No, I do too. I love Backstreet Boys. I'm just saying, like,
because he's like a famous person's son.
Correct.
It's like come on, you have the
like
you have the availability.
I love when they go on like American Idol and they're like, oh yeah, my great grandma is I don't know.
Yeah.
Like some like Loretta Lynn. Like, you know, and I'm just anyway.
It's like you have the
you should try to claim your fame without your family. That's kind of how I feel.
If you want to do that and not, or like you have the luxury and ability to start with them and get into like a studio, I'm sure. But I also get like, yes, wanting to like have your own autonomy aside from them. But you always got to be saying, that's my grandma or that's my dad or whatever. And it's like, okay, well. Anyways.
Yeah, like the girl that was on The Voice, and she was like, my dad was on The Voice like 2 years ago or whatever. Like I just like I get it. I'm sure that's also probably producer partially too.
Yeah, and like was that John that remembered her? She was like, you look so familiar.
Oh yeah.
Have you been here before? And she was like, oh, my dad. And like I get that, but
like I'm sure that's producer. Forced.
100%.
Anyway. Yeah, well, we're excited for American Idol next week.
Keep updated with
I guess a week and a half. Yeah.
All of the things because, we have so much TV. Love is Blind is... I need to catch up.
Yeah, I do too.
But Love is Blind is always a goodie.
So. Always a goodie.
Always a goodie. So today we are talking about why is your circle important?
Yeah. As we go into like... I feel like the winter months are not like as sociable. Like you're not hanging out with friends and as much. And I feel like the spring and summer brings these outings of like hanging out with your friends, going to concerts, you know, doing all these fun things. And I think that this is a great episode to have as we head into, if you live in Charleston, March is going to be hot. I'm sure. Always. And we're heading into like the summer months, you know. So I think you're
Taurus season.
Taurus season's here.
Stay tuned. Exactly. So, why is your circle important? You ask. Because you need and you deserve people in your life that support you, that know that you aren't perfect but love you anyways, and will cheer you on. Be your biggest cheerleader, but also be able to call you out on your crap and be like, yeah, but that wasn't cool, or like whatever it was, you know, and like be honest, because as we spoke about last week in relationships, it's healthy to be open and honest. It's healthy to be open and honest in friendships also. And to be honest, like it's hard because like if you're not open and honest, resentment also builds there, where then you're like, well, this frustrated me, but like I'm just leaving it alone. But then if it happens again, it's like, are you going to say something the next time or whatever? So like having that open line of communication with your close knit friend group is really important.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I feel like the bigger your circle is, it typically comes with more drama. And it's not saying that you can't have a lot of friends, but you need to be smart of who your friends are, choose wisely. And like, I've always had a small circle.
Yeah.
I always make the joke that my circle is a line because there's not very many people in it. And that's okay. And that's how I like it. But you just be selective, you know, and also be smart of who you give time to. Like who are you giving your time and energy to? Because that can be impactful too to your friendships.
Hey girly pops, are you tired of your hair not growing, thinning out, or even just feeling dull? I have the perfect product for you. Hair oiling is so in for 2025, and Rejuvenique oil is the liquid gold you're missing. Head over to my Instagram and message me at Jenny Lynn Hops, and we can get you started on your best hair journey yet.
So going off of like importance of like who's in your circle and like how to get there, the people around you can shape your mindset, behavior, goals, and things of that nature. You need those positive relationships that can support you, encourage that growth in your life, while toxic relationships, as we talked about last week, can hold you back from those things. And so your friends can influence you and impact your life like daily. And I think it's very important that you keep that front of mind, because, I mean, unless you're different, you want to succeed in life, right? Like, so you want those that are in your circle to also push you to succeed.
Yeah. And also having like friends that can be your, you know, have emotional support and have that trustworthy circle that can provide you emotional stability and listen and just be a listening ear and stuff like that's so important, because like you don't want a group of friends that you can't talk to and that you can't be like, yeah, this is going on. Yeah, I'm struggling with my son right now and it's been really freaking hard and it's isolating. And even though my friends aren't going through the same thing, having that openness and honest with them and being like, I need extra support right now.
Right.
Like I need y'all to like waking up the other day. It's like a text from Kelly that's like very sweet, just being like, I love you. You're doing amazing. Like, you know, and it's like, that's support. Like that's what friendship is about.
Yeah. I like to ask people that are in my line, our circle, if you will, like, how can I support you right now? Like, how can I show up for you? And I do that at work a lot too. Like if somebody comes to me with a problem, like how can I show up for you? What can I do for you? Is there anything I can do to support you differently than what I've been doing? You know? And I think that's a huge thing to like kind of open the book to, or not the book, open the door to them, like for them to tell you, hey, like I need those words of encouragement, like checking in on me, you know, whatever, I think is huge.
It is. Absolutely.
Yeah. Kind of some things that like I use at work, like I said, a strong circle can keep that your career opportunities open. So like I think you're allowed to have multiple circles. You can have like your friendship circle, but you can also have your like career opportunities, your networking circle as well. So like I have a lot of colleagues that I've worked with over like the years, and like they're in my circle, like randomly they'll check in with me, be like, hey, like how's the business going, you know, like whatever. People ask me all the time, like how's the podcast, you know, and keeping those people in your circle will only help you lead better in like a professional setting and gain more knowledge. And I'm sure you've heard the saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to go into another room because you want to continue to learn from other people. And I am a firm believer in that. I'm not saying you need to like leave the other room, but you need to surround yourself with different opportunities and different things that you can learn from, because I think it will only help you in the future, like, and help you gain traction in other areas. And that's why I'm like, you know, or just like reading. Like I like to read like books that are maybe a little bit more advanced for like I don't own a business like necessarily, but certain things that are in business books can help me in my current life, you know, like with the podcast or with my job on a day-to-day basis. And I think like widening your range and increasing your circle could help in that area too.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way of thinking about it too.
Like your life is a business.
Yeah.
I relate a lot of things that I read about to that, like to my life.
I like it because I feel like you and I have been obviously doing this for a year, and like it is a business, but having those, like understanding and knowledge of it too is really cool. Mm-hmm. As I said before too, like just being surrounded by people that can hold you accountable in your actions and decisions, like it can help you stay focused and help you, you know, like we've said to each other before, like, hey, I really want to go to the gym X amount of times this week. Please hold me accountable. If you see that I'm not, text me, like, get your butt to the gym. Or like, you know, whatever. And it's
I want to go on a walk 3 times this week.
Exactly. Like, it's like, it's not just the gym. It's not even just health related, but like,
I want to read multiple times a week.
Exactly.
Like I want to have me time.
Exactly. Or like, hey, I'm telling you, I'm going to put my phone down every night at 9 o'clock. If we're texting at 10 o'clock, be like, dude, put your phone down, you know, like whatever, like, or I see you on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah. Like you just shared a video with me or whatever.
Just, it's important to hold each other accountable. You know, it shows love also, because if like, you're not real friends and you're not going to hold each other. You're not going to say anything. You're just going to like, let it go. Not real friends, but you know, if you're not really good friends with someone where it's like, I don't want to say anything.
Right. Like they said they were going to do this, but they're not. Like,
yeah. So it's important.
And I think you can use that in your like marriage or your like dating relationship as well. Like there was a couple weeks ago where I was like having a mentee bee, and I was going to the gym. I was literally dressed for the gym, and I was like, I need to go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. But I was like sobbing. Like it was like a whole mentee bee breakdown. And after I got my composure together, Taylor was like, or I was like climbing in bed. Taylor was like, why are you climbing in bed? You're going to go to the gym, right? And like just that like little push to be like, you said you were going to go to the gym. Like obviously if you need mental space, like you need to clear your mind. That's one thing. He was like, but are you just going to lay in bed and cry more? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, then you should probably go to the gym. And I went to the gym, and it was like one of the best workouts I've had in a while.
Yeah, that can like push you.
Yeah. So like having like those people in your life, whether it's your friendship or your partner,
spouse, whatever,
like honestly, I think your partner should feel comfortable to push you in that way.
Absolutely. They should.
And even would not take offense to it. Like at first, my immediate reaction was like, oh, are you saying I need to go to the gym? Like, blah, blah. And then I like took a second back and realized that he was just trying to support me and tell me like what I wanted to do. Like, hey, you should do this, you know?
Yeah, because like we said, like it doesn't have to just be a gym thing. Like if Cody tells me he's putting his phone away and he's not putting his phone away, I'm going to be like, hey, you said you were going to do this. I'll do it with you. Let's do it together. Whatever, you know, like it's just holding each other accountable. And it is important in your marriage for that, the boundaries and all of that. So good.
And I think personal development is huge. It kind of plays off of like the networking piece I was talking about. Your circle should inspire you to be better, to change, to evolve, all the things. And I think that, like I said, if you're the smartest person in the room, I'm not saying you need to leave that room like forever, but you should find other people. Like I'm constantly learning from other people, whether it's in a book or online or in my real life, like talking to people, you know, asking those critical questions and things like that. I think you could really become your best self by surrounding yourself in the correct circle.
Yeah, because like being around positive people is the best thing you can do for yourself. Also, if someone is negative, you're going to find yourself being negative. And it's important to be around those that bring out the best in you and bring out that positivity and that side that's like, yes, we're all going to have bad days. Not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows. Not every day is going to be like joy, joy, joy. Like, obviously, there's going to be bad days. And that is why those people are important, because they will support you on those bad days. But if every day it's negativity, 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 yeah, that's going to rub off on others. It's going to rub off on you if someone else is doing it. You're going to rub off on someone else if you're doing it. And like sometimes I have to catch myself even just like if I am frustrated with like my sleep schedule because it's non-existent. Like I have to catch myself sometimes just being like, you know what? Like it is what it is. I've been dealing with it for this long. There's no reason to complain about it because it's been happening, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously there's days that I'm like, oh my gosh, Eva was up for 4 hours, but like whatever it was, you know? Yes. But like, I can't let it affect my day.
Right.
Because I have to live. If it affected my days, it would affect every single day of my life. You know?
That is a good point. And being vulnerable with your circle will only help you get the right people in your circle. Because if you're vulnerable and they don't like that, they will leave. Or they won't show up for you in the right way. And it'll make you realize who's supposed to be in your circle.
Yeah.
So I think that's being vulnerable can really help narrow down your circle if you want to create a line like mine.
It's true. And like also as negativity or positivity can rub off, like things like generosity and things like that can also rub off. Like if you're hanging out with someone that's like, you know, a very generous person and just like a ray of sunshine, like just, you know, like that will rub off on you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's not all about me. It's not all about, you know, whatever. Like my life is not the star of the show. Like I want to do better for others and not just myself. I want to do better for myself and others. The people that I surround myself with, that I'm around, and also outsiders.
Yeah.
You know? Also, one thing I want to say about circles is like, I've always had like a best friend. Like Kelly and I have been best friends, as y'all know,
Forever.
for so long. I've had best friends throughout life also where like,
You've had other best friends?
no. No way. Where we've been best friends, but like it just trickles out. Or like you don't really.
You think you're like
gonna be a forever friend, and then it's just like, and that's fine. As we've talked about before, friendships are sometimes for seasons. But I will say, like, I can't stand when there's a friend group that's like so tight knit. And I'm not talking like 3 people. I'm talking about like a full group of friends that are so tight knit that like what's the word? Exile? Right? That's a term, right?
Yeah, exile.
Yeah, like exile like others outside of them. Like if one person invites someone else to come hang out with the group, and then that one person is like basically on their own the entire time. And it's like, I always find myself like, even if I've never met someone before, I try to like ask them questions about their life. I try to get to know them so they don't feel uncomfortable, because like, or like for instance, like at your birthday party, like I didn't know that girl that came over, you know? And like you knew her obviously.
Right.
But like I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable that she didn't really know anyone besides you 3.
Yeah.
Obviously. At least that's more than one. But I wanted to like talk with her, ask her questions, like, you know, make her feel comfortable, because like the most uncomfortable thing is being around people that like act like you're not there.
Right.
Or like don't ask questions and like don't give a crap. And it's like one that like is hurtful. It is.
It is hurtful. You're hurting people's feelings if you do that.
Yeah. And I get it. Some people's personalities are just like that they just have their friends and they're good with that. And that doesn't mean you have to hang out with them all the time. But just niceness, kindness, positivity can go a long way. You never know what kind of day someone's having, and you never know the kind of friendships people have been through. And like, yeah, kindness goes a long way.
Kindness does go a long way. But yeah, do you have anything else about circles? I really don't.
I will say too, like I feel like I have like a few like small circles. Like
It's
I have
okay
like,
to have multiples.
you know, yeah. And like I see, like we'll hang out with like these group of friends, you know, sometimes or whatever. And like, we're very honest and vulnerable with each other. And like, I'll hang out with like our group of friends and like, well, me, you and Jenny. And like, we're like open and vulnerable and honest with each other. And it's like, that is nice like that, because you don't all have to be friends. Like if I had like my 3 little circles, I feel like, or like even just, I don't have just circles. I have like separate friends outside of it, obviously, you know, like Macy, like she lives in DC. Like obviously we can't see each other every day, but like we still voice message each other.
Right.
And are like, hey, how are you doing? Let's check in. What's been going on? It might be a 10-minute voice message from each other, but like we're there,
That's
you know.
life. It's the best thing Apple ever created.
Literally.
If you're not voice messaging your friends, let us know. We'll teach you how.
We'll help you. Yeah.
We're pros.
It does help. Like, so anyways, I guess all that to say, like, sometimes I think people try to force like friendships between like all of your friends outside of little groups or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like, you know, when you're in high school and like you have like those birthday parties and you invite everyone and then it's like 17 people because gosh, in high school you have so many friends.
Yeah.
And
oh, my friends.
You're like feel awkward because like there's like the church friends, there's the school friends, there's like the bad friends, like whatever. And it's like, oh, this is really awkward. Like you feel like you're entertaining everyone, but no one at the same time. And everyone like is in their little cliques. So just want to say like, it's okay to like not force it. Obviously, if you want to have a birthday party and invite all your friends, do it.
Yeah.
But don't try to force anything that's like not going to happen. Like it's okay. Not everyone is meant to be friends. And I think that's like something that like as an adult, I've really like grown to realize like, I love this person, but like, we're not like, it was a season or like whatever, you know?
And you don't have to have 2 friends be friends too, like you were saying, like, and I think that there could be a time where they are friends, you know, like prime example, like Jenny and I weren't friends for a long time. You know, we actually have like Jenny and I have like a lot of same paths that have crossed. But we've never actually like really became friends until like the last year.
Yeah.
But before that, I mean, it was a weird, like we were like, do we make this a friend group? Do we not? Like you guys were already friends. Like you and I obviously are friends. Like, and it happened to work out, you know, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Yeah. So it's like, you know, yourself.
Yes.
And use your discretion wisely and just, your circle, the people you surround yourself with, it doesn't just mean one friend group. The people you surround yourself with is important. And the people that cheer you on are important. You cheering your friends on. It's not all about you, baby. Cheer your friends on, support your friends, because while you may be going through something, so are they.
Yes.
And be the one to ask questions also. Like, don't be the only one that's like always asking for advice, because that's draining for your other friends also. Be the one to be there for the quiet ones, the ones that don't speak up enough. Like, you know, just be your friends' advocates also.
Yeah, that's good.
Because they need you.
They do need
and
you.
you need them.
So yeah, that's all about the importance of who is in your circle. We hope you learned a little bit from us today, or you just like can agree with what we're saying, because we all have circles.
Yeah.
So
if you have any like friend advice, we would love you to send some in, and we will use it on Advice with K&L.
Yeah.
We again will always keep you anonymous, and but there's always friendship advice to be had. I feel like so.
Yes, no, for sure.
But we love you guys. Happy Monday.
Yes.
See you next week.
Let's have a great week.
Thank you, besties, for joining us. Go check out our latest TikTok and comment what you want to hear us talk about next. See you again next time. Bye.